Christina here. Welcome back to my garden. I want to share with you 10 really important tips on how to start your own gardening space. I've been getting a lot of questions and speaking to a lot of people in the community about this very topic, so I wanted to come on and share with you some really important tips so you can get started on your gardening journey today. And the beautiful thing about this is that you don't have to have a ton of space to start gardening. These tips will still apply to you. And again, thank you for supporting my channel. And if you like seeing videos like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first one, number one, is sun. You want to go ahead and find a space that's going to get full direct sun. You're looking for about 6 to 8 hours of full sun. So make sure you go ahead and wherever that you're going to get set up, make sure you pick your spot that's going to have full sun. Number two is buying your seed. Now you're going to want to plan ahead and think of things that you guys enjoy eating. So if you guys like to eat a lot of salad, then you're going to want to grow a lot of lettuce. It's okay to experiment, but if you don't want to plant things like Swiss chard or celery if you guys don't like those things and you guys grow them and then you end up wasting food. So go ahead and plan ahead and plant the things that you know that you're going to eat and enjoy. Okay, the next tip is water. Now this can make or break your success in the garden, so make sure that you stay on top of your watering and be consistent because these young gardens need consistent water. Now whether you're doing this by hand or if you have irrigation set up, make sure you stay on top of it. Okay, number four is prepare your space. Whether you're planting in traditional ground, raised beds, or in containers, you want to go ahead and amend the soil with some organic compost. Raised beds are great, but with those you have to build and fill. So you're going to have to go to a local garden center and get some organic compost and fill up those raised beds. That's what I have. So you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's or any of your local nursery centers and you can buy the compost to fill up those beds. Number five is compost. If you don't have a compost pile in your yard, I highly recommend that you get one. I don't have the space for a compost pile, but I do have a compost bin. I keep it on the side of my house. I turn it twice a year, and it is the cheapest and easiest way for me to have good quality soil. I can mix it in my garden, and I know this is the perfect and easiest way for me to get nutrition back into my garden bed. You can use tree clippings, kitchen scraps, things along those lines are all perfect for your compost bin. Okay, number six is starting your seed. Now you need to decide what seeds that you want to start inside and transplant them out and what you want to directly sow in the ground first. There's a difference between a northern climate and a southern climate. I live in Southern California, so I'm in a southern warm climate, so I can pretty much directly sow anything into the ground first. But in the northern climate, it's more beneficial to start your warm weather crops like your cantaloupes and your watermelons and things like that, your tomatoes. It's better for you to start those things inside and transplant them out later. Okay, number seven is planting. The best way to really do this is to look at the back side of the packet and plant the taller, more vining things towards the north side. That way you're not going to shade and block all the other things from the sun that you have in the garden. Okay, the next one is maintenance. Just because you've planted, the work isn't done yet. You really want to stay on top of your weed control. So for me, I go ahead and buy the mix that already has wood chips in it, and that really helps with the weed suppression. So that's something to look into, but you really want to stay on top and keeping your space for your weeds. Okay, so the next tip is harvesting. You've already done all the hard work. Now it's time to harvest. So you want to be prepared and you want to have help depending on how big your space is and how much harvest that you expect to have. So the best way to do this is you want to plan on your preservation. So freezing and sealing and vacuum saving or canning, whatever you're going to do to preserve your crops, make sure that you're prepared and that you have help. My last tip for you is the end of season care. Now, whenever you're done with your harvest and you're not going to be using your garden space anymore, you want to go ahead and cover it and mulch it and have it all protected and ready for the next season. I pretty much garden year round. In the winter, I'm planting things like my garlic and my carrots and my lettuce and things like that. But if there's any space that I'm not going to be utilizing, I'm going to cover and protect it and mulch it. I hope you got some good information from this video, and I wish you all the success in your garden. If you found these tips useful, please subscribe and support our channel, and I'll see you in the garden.